Do you know what often keeps us stuck? It's not our enemies, not poverty, not even failure. Our biggest obstacle is the lies we tell ourselves. Yes, we're very good at deceiving ourselves.
Because the truth hurts.
The truth requires responsibility. But lies, they're comfortable. Lies sneak into our lives without us realizing it. Sometimes they come to protect us, and other times to prevent us from changing. Every lie we tell ourselves in life is an obstacle. They affect our decisions, limit our possibilities, and keep us where we are, quietly whispering. Sometimes they're the very words we believe. I'm fine. I'll do it tomorrow. But I can't. These lies are silent, but they're destructive, because once we believe them, we stop taking action. We justify ourselves, and eventually, we miss the opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. But remember, the truth, though difficult, can set you free. Today we will uncover the 6 most common lies we tell ourselves. We will reflect on each one, recognize them, and in the end, you'll start building a more honest relationship with yourself. We often tell ourselves, I'm fine.
This simple sentence is often nothing more than a veil over the truth.
Because sometimes a person has to lie just to survive, to themselves. They want to believe everything is okay, because facing the truth can sometimes be more painful. Inside, storms are raging. Memories pass by like a movie in front of our eyes. Questions in our hearts remain unanswered, and sometimes even those closest to us seem distant. Our thoughts chase each other, each pulling us in a different direction. But we stay silent, because we're afraid. We're afraid that if we express our true feelings, we might not be understood, or we might break even more. We play the part so no one feels our pain. We smile so no one asks. We try to convince ourselves that maybe one day this lie will turn into truth. But it doesn't. Because by saying I'm fine, we tire our souls. It's as if every time we say this, a little more of us becomes silent. A little more suffocates inside. We lock our emotions away and forget where we threw the key. Nights are quiet, the body is tired, but the mind doesn't stop. Especially in that silence, the I'm fine lie sounds louder. Because in that quiet, the truth speaks the loudest. And the truth is this. Sometimes we're simply trying to be okay, but we're not. This might be the most frequently used, yet the least true sentence in our lives. I'm fine. Saying this feels like an automatic defense mechanism. It's as if these 2 words protect us from others' questions, their curiosity, even their sympathy. Because sometimes even sympathy feels heavy. We say this sentence to avoid worrying ourselves, our families, and our friends. We think they already have enough on their plate. Carrying our burdens inside seems easier, but the reality is that saying I'm not okay is like saying help me. And society has taught us that asking for help is a sign of weakness. It's as if only the weak cry, only the weak speak, only the weak open up. But the greatest strength lies in this courage. That's why we stay silent. That's why we smile. That's why we let the storms rage inside us. Sometimes we hide them so skillfully that we forget what feeling we're truly experiencing. Days pass, months pass, years pass, and the feelings we've suffocated inside return to us quietly, with a burden, with darkness, with exhaustion. Sometimes in the middle of a song, sometimes when we're alone in a dark room, sometimes when our eyes suddenly fill with tears in the midst of everyone. Those feelings, the ones we've bottled up and silenced, they don't go away. They just stay silent, waiting. They gather in a corner of our hearts. And one day when we bend under that weight, we realize that this silence, these I'm fine lies haven't protected us. They've left us alone. But remember, suffocating your feelings doesn't erase them. On the contrary, it makes them stronger, deeper. Sometimes they turn into memories, sometimes into fear, sometimes into a seemingly senseless need to cry in the middle of the night. But there is one truth. You are not alone in this, because there are thousands, millions of people who carry this silence, this burden. Everyone has an invisible war inside them. And maybe one person saying, I feel the same way, could help another heal. True strength is not in holding back tears. It's in being able to let them go. Being strong is not about standing tall in front of everyone. Being strong is about facing yourself. If you have the courage to say, "I'm not okay," it's not a downfall, it's an ascent. It's taking off the mask and breathing. You're not weak. You're just tired. And that's perfectly normal. Change, healing, freedom. They all begin in the same place, accepting the truth. Don't suppress your voice. Listen to the child within you. Pay attention to yourself, because your truest friend is you. Almost all of us have said these sentences at least once. I'll start tomorrow. I'll go to the gym tomorrow. I'll read a book tomorrow. I'll work harder tomorrow. But have you ever thought, when will this tomorrow come? Every time we say tomorrow, we're actually making a promise to an uncertain future. A day that we speak of, but never actually meet. This tomorrow is a beautified procrastination, an escape route. Our brain convinces us of this lie, allowing us to feel good without taking action. As a result, we suffocate in our comfort zone but trick ourselves into accepting it as planning. But what is reality? The reality is this: you don't need tomorrow to change. You need today. The decisions made now, at this very moment, this second, shape your future. Successful people aren't born different. They simply didn't say, "I'll do it tomorrow." They started today. They didn't wait for a perfect start. They made mistakes, stumbled, but they kept moving. Because one imperfect step is far more powerful than taking no step at all. If you want change in your life, finish watching this video and take one small step. Open the book you've wanted to read. Write one sentence towards the goal you've set. At least one action, one step forward. Because you don't need tomorrow. You need the courage inside today, the determination inside this moment. Life isn't waiting for you, and tomorrow is often just a lie. Sometimes we whisper these all too familiar sentences to ourselves. This isn't for me. I'm not that smart. I don't have the resources. They can do it because they have everything. I have nothing. These words seem like a shield protecting us, but in reality, the only thing hiding behind these words is fear. The most cunning form of fear disguised as an excuse. Because sometimes we're so afraid of failure that we choose not to start at all. If I don't start, I won't be disappointed, we say. But we forget, not starting is also a kind of defeat. Losing by staying silent means silently giving up on your dreams. Can't do it, maybe, but not yet. These two words may seem simple, but they hold incredible power. When you say not yet, you're giving yourself a chance. You're giving yourself time, the right to learn, permission to try. And this is something very few people can do. Because skill isn't something you're born with, it's developed. The difference between winning and losing is in those who take the first step. If you don't take that first step, you'll remain stuck in the same place for years. And one day you'll look back and say, "I wish I had tried." But you can change that "I wish" today. You can silence the "I can't" voice inside you. Instead, you can listen to another voice. "I can't, not yet, but I will learn. But I will try. But I won't stop." Because remember, what holds you back isn't the lack of opportunities. What holds you back is not hearing the voice of self-belief. If you start today, with a small step, with a tiny change, one day you'll say, "I used to be afraid too, but I started." And then nothing will be able to stop you. There's a widely spread and very convincing lie. I don't have time. I have too much work. There's not enough time. The day passes and I don't have time for myself. As if our day is only 18 hours and others have 24 hours. As if those who succeed live on another planet, a place where time is abundant, while here it's only rush and exhaustion. But this is simply deceiving ourselves. This "I don't have time" lie is actually a sign that we haven't set our priorities right, that we're distracted, that we've given control of our life to someone else, because there is always time. We just don't think about what we spend it on. TV shows, social media, empty conversations, watching someone else's life, getting stuck in the past. But now imagine this. If someone told you that every step you take today will completely change your life tomorrow. What would you do? Would you find time? Of course you would. You'd probably even skip sleep. Put your phone aside, get rid of laziness, and say, today is my chance, I won't let it slip. Maybe you wouldn't even think about it because subconsciously, we don't believe everything is in our hands. But life changes every moment, and every small decision influences this change. Every action, every choice brings you one step closer. Maybe you're waiting for that chance right now, but that chance is already here, ready to act at any moment. Maybe delaying it, waiting for the perfect moment, is the wrong choice. Because while waiting for the perfect moment, we miss out on so much of life. It is important to understand how valuable time is. The time given to you is a gift. If you appreciate every moment of today and take action, tomorrow will be brighter. So the issue is not in time. The issue is in desire. It's in motivation, goals, and determination. When you make a decision, your life changes. Don't wait for that moment, because we can never know how short time is. If you take action today, you'll be a different person tomorrow. Don't fear passing time. Value every moment, because every moment can change the direction of your life. Set aside your fears and build your life by following your inner desires. The only thing that gives you strength is your inner desire and determination. If you really want something, nothing can stop you. It's entirely up to you. Finding time isn't difficult. You just have to remember why you want to find it. Because time is a resource that no one will manage for you. Either you manage your time, or it will silence you. Remember, as you say, I don't have time, life responds with, then it's not important to you. If you truly wanted it, you would find time. If you truly believed in it, you would have started by now. There's another popular lie, and it's almost on everyone's lips. If I had more money, I'd be happy. If I got that job, if I had better conditions. We hide happiness in the future. It's as if life is a game and happiness will be unlocked as you level up. But this is an illusion we've built for ourselves. Looking for happiness in the future is like someone waiting for rain while carrying an umbrella in the sun. Instead of filling the emptiness inside us, we hide it with maybe tomorrow. We build our lives like a castle made of ifs. If this happens, I'll be happy. But the problem is, there will always be a new if, and by waiting for that day, you will lose today. Happiness is not an outcome. It doesn't come after completing some task. It's not an external reward given to you. Happiness is a perspective. The same situation, two people. One gives thanks 1,000 times, the other looks for 1,000 excuses. What's the difference? Thought. You can't change life? That's fine. But you can change how life looks. This power is within you, and this is the greatest freedom given to you. Happiness is a choice, not a condition. It could be money, a job, success. But if your perspective hasn't changed, you'll still feel empty inside. True happiness lies in being here and now. You breathe, you live, you can try. This alone is a great privilege. When you capture that moment, you won't need money, titles, or success. Because you'll understand, happiness was never outside of you. It was always within you. There's a lie that many of us seem to have believed. We hide behind it and breathe a sigh of relief. This lie sounds like, this is my nature, I can't change. I was born like this. This is my personality. I'm an angry person, I lack motivation, I don't have enough energy. These words seem like they protect you, but in reality, they chain you. This is the most dangerous excuse we give ourselves when we're afraid to change. Because with this sentence, we set a limit on our own growth. It's like telling ourselves, I am complete. There is no better version of me. But this is not true. Remember one thing. No one is born fully formed. No one comes into the world wise, patient, motivated, or perfect. These are all qualities that are formed, earned, and learned over time. They come from finding your own path, learning from failures, moving forward and fighting. Personality is not a rock, it changes. The brain is elastic. You can learn, change, and become any version you want. Think about it. If a shy person can eventually speak in front of thousands of people, If someone who was once lazy can later work with a 10-hour daily schedule, if someone who was once insecure can now become a leader, why couldn't you do it? Maybe you haven't asked yourself this question yet. Do I really want to change? If you want, everything is possible. Every action, every decision helps you take one more step forward. Life is in your hands, and every moment offers the chance to start anew and turn a new page. You have the power to begin again, to rebuild yourself, to change everything. The biggest obstacle is inside you, and so is the greatest strength. If you want to change, but nothing can stop you. The only thing you need for the outcome you desire is belief. This is the power that will move you forward. Remember, your life is in your hands, and it's never too late to change it. So no matter how scared you are, no matter how hard it gets, everything is up to you. If you believe in yourself, nothing will stand in the way of changing. By limiting yourself, you only make the journey harder. Everything depends on your actions, and by taking a step forward from your fears, you can create a better version of yourself. Never forget this. Every lie, whether told to others or to yourself, is an invisible chain that keeps you where you are, far from growth, freedom, and your potential. You may not feel it, but it's there. It's the chain that prevents you from getting out of bed every morning, that makes your dreams feel like fairy tales, that crushes your desire to think big. Sometimes these lies are so subtle, so logical, that we accept them as truth. The reason is not my laziness, it's that I don't have enough time. I can't change my destiny. Everyone lives like this, so it must be normal. It's pointless to start now. At first glance, these words seem to protect you, but in reality, they are subtle poisons that destroy you. They quietly silence you, break you down, and ultimately prove your own powerlessness. But there is a way. Yes, this way is neither straight nor smooth. The name of this way is honesty. Honesty may seem harsh at first. It tells you the truths that you may have been hiding for years. Actually, I'm scared. Actually, I could have changed a long time ago. Actually, I'm waiting because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. These confessions may shake you, but being shaken is the first sign of awakening. The strongest trees grow from the shaken ground. A shaken person is a person reborn. Honesty is not just about telling the truth. It's about standing there, even when a storm rages within you, and saying, "This is my reality." It's about stopping the search for someone to blame, turning the finger towards yourself and saying, "If my life is like this, it's the result of my choices, and changing this life is in my hands." In that moment, you're no longer a victim. You start to become the author of your own life. Because only by being honest with yourself can you grow. Only then will you understand what needs to change, what is holding you back, what you are afraid of, and where you need to have courage. And from that moment on, nothing can stop you. Remember, the greatest revolution starts within. Look into the mirror and say to your own eyes, "I no longer lie to myself. I have decided to be free. I'm beginning to create the life I want to live." This voice may sound unfamiliar at first, but over time, that voice will become your most loyal friend, your strongest ally, and your most inspiring guide. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. See you again soon.